I think like what I'm going to say today, I will be sharing a few details about my preparation, how I did my NEET PG preparation, and what I am going to tell today might be of some aid for you in planning your NEET PG preparation. So, am I late? This was the most common question that most of the PG aspirants have. Like, am I late for this? I know somebody who has been my batch who is studying from first year. He had joined Marrow, he was doing courses, seeing classes from Marrow, he has notes, so everything prepared. So, I am at this phase, it's just 6 months for the examination, so is it okay? Like, am I late for it? That is one doubt I think most of myself I had, and my friends also had. So basically, if I'm talking about you guys, you have actually completed your first phase of preparation. You have done your classes, you have already have your notes, and you have started doing your MCQs, right? So now you still have 6 whole months for your NEET PG. That is your second part of the preparation. How you do your next 6 months. That will reflect what score you will get, what rank you will get, whether you will get your dream PG seat or not. So the next 6 months, it's very important. So one thing I want to tell you is, NEET PG is not going to give rank 1 for the student who had studied every detail in every subject. No, it's just going to assess you for a final single examination. So how well you do in that exam, only that is going to matter. And that will be depending on 2 things, basically 2 things. About your presence of mind, that how calm, composed you are in the examination hall. That is the most important thing. Whatever you studied everything, you read 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, but if you get tensed in your examination, you are not going to recall it properly. You might not get your rank. So that is one thing, your presence of mind. Second, how well you are recalling what you have learned. Everybody has studied. Everybody has read the topics 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Everybody has done that. But what makes the difference in the final exam? That is how well you are able to recall. So the main important thing in your next phase of preparation, like after completing your lectures, it will be revision. That will be spaced revision, repeated revision. So that when the final question comes in front of you, like, this is something I know the answer. Like, that attitude should be there. And how well you do MCQs, daily MCQs. Because just by reading notes, you already know that. This is like, simply I'm telling it again and again. You already know, like, by simply reading the notes, it may not be enough. And even the MCQs that are asked for NEET PG and INI are a bit different. When you have done the previous year questions, you will know that. So MCQs are the key. So how are you going to proceed? You have a whole 6 months left to plan your revisions. Divide and rule. Divide your time and then proceed. So when I checked for your NEET PG, which is planned on August 30th, so you have 26 weeks from when you are starting from March 1st. So you have a whole 26 weeks before your NEET PG and 11 weeks before your INI. So, and even though some of you might be like, I don't want INI, I want a NEET PG rank, I want to study here in Thrissur, in Calicut and all. So, but still, even if you are only aiming at NEET PG, you have to write INI. You have to write INI. Because as I told, it is the final examination that counts. About how well you are composed in that examination hall. So if you give INI before that, you will get the real examination experience. So that can help you when you get to your real examination, because many unfortunate incidents can occur. For the last INI-SS NEET-SS that I have given, I logged in 2 minutes late because there was some problem with the password and username thing. I was unable to log in and I had to call the invigilator, somebody, then only I could log in. And also your system can shut down. There may be many problems with the AC, ventilation, everything. The examination hall, there can be unfortunate events. So you have to be well prepared. For anything that comes, it's this. This is the examination that I have been preparing for. That is your mindset. So whatever happens, Even though if I told like I hadn't prepared much for my recent NEET SS. It was all between my wedding preparations and all. But still, when I went to the examination hall, was like, Megha, this is just 3 hours. You can go home and sleep later. So just for this 3 hours, you have to concentrate on this. And if you get it, it's a rank. It might be your dream seat. So that was my attitude inside the examination hall. All that I studied for the examination 1 month back, it was not there. So never doubt your preparation, never like, am I enough or can I do this? No, you can do it. And once you get inside the examination hall, like, this is it. I am going to get the NEET PG rank. So this is exam, it's my exam. I don't care whatever everybody might have studied, but I am going to recall everything. With that confidence, with that mindset, you have to approach the examination. So basically, as I told, there are 11 more weeks for your INI. And also, I think what your TMCA and Docami is doing, they are giving you a simulation examination. So that is also a great step in letting you familiarize with the examination experience. So coming to your NEET PG INI, first, so you have your INI part in the first phase. In 11 weeks, you are having your INI. And I think you can divide it like a round 1, a round 2, and a final round 3 revision before your INI. So round 1 you can take about 5 weeks, and round 2 you can take about 4 weeks. That will be 9 weeks. And the last 2 weeks you can concentrate on your previous year topics, the high yield topics, only doing previous year questions and all. Because for INI you have to do INI previous year, not NEET PG, because many of the even questions repeat and similar topics repeat more in INI. From what I have prepared 3 years back, but what I felt was like, even if you don't study anything and just do the previous year, you will score a lot of marks. So for INI last 2 weeks, concentrate on INI previous year questions and topics. The first round, 5 weeks, I think your classes, I saw your timetable and I discussed with Nishanta. So your timetable has been organized, what you have done through the lectures were mostly in the way of subjects like first year subjects, second year subjects, third year subjects, final year subjects, and the short subjects in between. So that will be, and you have already finished your MBBS in the same order, first year, second year, third year, final year. So I think for your revision also, that will be a clear good plan to revise your notes. You can initially start from your first year. So anatomy, physio and biochem, you can give around 6 days in the initial phase to revise. And first thing, you might feel like, how am I going to complete all 3 subjects in 6 days? But you have already studied it. You have taken time. You had like 5 or 6 classes for single subjects. You have done it. You have your own notes. Now it's just revising your notes. So you have to do. If like I actually, when I made plans for my preparation, I had it like anatomy 2 days, physio 2 days, but I don't want to share that with you. Basically because one person might be strong in anatomy. He might be able to complete the notes in 1.5 days, but weak in biochem. Might need 2.5 days for that. So simply telling you to complete anatomy in 2 days, physio in 2 days, I don't think that is actually beneficiary for you. So just you can plan according to your strength and your weaknesses. So this is a random plan that I am giving. In the first 5 weeks, you can allot 6 days for the first year subjects, the next 7 days for the second year subjects, again a 6 days for the third year subjects, around 10 days for the final year subjects, and finally a 6 days for your short subjects. So that will make about 35 days and 5 weeks of preparation. So in this preparation, you must, like what I did was focus on your notes and trust your materials. While you are studying, you will see like a friend of you might be doing their subscribe to some other channel or some other app and might be having, you have a 50-page notebook, he might be having 150-page notebook. It is more in, I am not studying enough. No, that is not there. Trust your materials. We have curated, the team here have curated what is necessary for that, for you to ace the exam. So trust your materials and read your notes. read your notes accordingly. So as I told, 6, 7, 6, 10 and 6. So that will be a proper plan for your first weeks. You can you can give days for your subjects based on your strength and weaknesses. And next you can have a round 2. Then you will be reading again, reading your notes again. So, and if you don't complete it in the time, it's okay. But note down which point you have not read, so that you can do that first in your second read. But always stick to your time, because if you take 8 weeks, like 2 months for your first reading, you might be able to read everything, but you will not remember it finally. So main thing is repeated revision. You have to repeat it. You have to see that page of your notebook 100 times. Maximum number of times you see it, it's better, so that you will remember it fast. So round 2 can be a 4 weeks. 4 weeks again, 5 days for first year, second year, third year and short subjects. So that will make 20, and another 8 days for your final year subjects. So when you're reading it the second time, you should only take less time compared to your first reading, because you have already seen. And while reading, one thing you can use is try to recall. Like when you're opening the book, try to recall what was read in the class. Okay, this question I knew. And without looking, try to say, like after your first reading. For the second reading and all, first reading it's okay, because you have taken time and gone through all the lectures and all. So first reading, it will be very, like your anatomy lecture, you might have gone through it 3 months back. So you might not be remembering. For the second reading, while reading, always try to recall and read. More than simply reading and leaving, try to recall. And also about the MCQs, daily MCQs. Daily you have to do MCQs, and allot a time. That is, you have an examination of 3 hours for your final NEET PG exam. You have it for 3 hours. So always try to do 3-hour MCQ at a stretch. So initially you may not be able to do 180 questions, but if you are doing 70 questions or 80 questions in a 3-hour stretch, what I used to do was, I used to spend my afternoon time for MCQs. I used to doze off. If I read my notes in the afternoon, I will surely sleep and I will wake up in the evening for tea. So what I used to do was, I used to do MCQs in the afternoon. So it made me modules of 50 or 60 or 70. Like initially you will be slow, you will not be able to do it very fast, but later within the 3 hours you will start doing. After 1 to 2 months of your preparation, you will be easily able to do 180 MCQs in your 3 hours. So start slow, start with what you are reading, the same subject MCQs. If you are reading anatomy, do MCQs from anatomy. And also the MCQs will be like, in some subjects, like it will be simple MCQs. You can do 100 MCQs for some subjects. For some subject it will be only 60 with that time initially. So always make it a habit to do MCQs, daily MCQs, and allot minimum 3 hours every day for MCQs. And if it is at a stretch, it would be nice, because you will have that habit of sitting and doing MCQs. Not only just GTs. GTs, you have to do it every 2 weeks. I think TMCAA, they will be releasing GTs every 2 weeks. But you can also use other platforms. If you have enough time, you have done our question banks. If you want to do more questions, you can very well use other platforms for the question banks or not. And one app I would recommend was Pre-PG. Pre-PG is an app that I used, my friends used. So that what the specialty of that app is, it only has previous year questions, and they have daily test of previous year questions. Some errors will be there, but still we will know whether it is a right or wrong question, but mostly it is very beneficial. And you can ask every one of your friends in your college to log into Pre-PG, and daily can give the test. Not just people who are doing from TMCA, from other other apps like DAMS or Bhatia, whatever they are subscribed to, they can also use this app. And you can tell everybody to do the test. And in that, actually, we can select our college. Your college, you can give your college, and you will know how well your competitors are performing. If all your friends are there, you will know how your rank is coming and how well your colleagues are preparing. Now, all of your classmates may not be here. They will be subscribed to some other preparation program. So you can use, you can tell them to join it, and it is very beneficial because you are only doing previous year questions. So that was a good thing that I did during my preparation. I thought it was beneficial, and you will not know. Sometimes repeated questions and all will come. So I already know the answer, right? That thing will be there. So, and also they release GTs every week. So every Sunday they had GTs. So you can alternate Sunday, you can do the pre-PG GT, and the other Sunday you can do RGT here. Then last round 3, 2 weeks before the pre-PG, as I told, you have to mainly focus on the previous year topics, previous year questions, and the high yield topics, whatever is important for INI. Then after INI, you have 15 weeks more for NEET PG. So after giving INI, there are some things that you realize, how well you are inside a examination hall. That is one thing you understand after giving a real exam. So you can improve on yourself. What is happening there? Are you getting tensed or something? So that is why I told to give questions 3 hours straight every day, because you don't feel bored of that. So GTs you will be giving only weekly, but daily if you do 3-hour MCQs at a stretch, you will get used to that better. And also you will realize that I had studied OBG, that topic, very nice, but when this question came, I was not able to do that. Experiences like that will come. So you will realize your weak areas. What you thought you were strong, but when it is in the examination hall, I didn't get. Because because previously all the questions that you have done might be similar. When it twisted a little for the real exam, you are not okay with that. That may be because there is some lacuna in your basics. So you can go again, focus on your weak areas. So for NEET PG, the next 15 weeks, I divided it into I would like to divide it into a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. Or you can do as many repeated revisions as you want. This 5 weeks I gave here again because there are many things that you will realize that you don't know after the INI. So that's why for the next reading, I recommended you, I gave a 5 weeks in this thing, because you can concentrate more on that, on the areas that you are not familiar with or you did not do well in INI. Then again, it can be reduced to, for the next revision, 3 to 2 weeks, 4 or 3 to week, and if you can do more revisions, more better. Don't stick to this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You even if you complete the next reading in 4 weeks, it is very good, and you can take 2 to 3 weeks every 20 days. You can revise it every 20 days and complete your. You can read it again and again, and it will be very beneficial. And for the last week, again, previous year topics. And I had this small. It was not like the 20th notebook that they tell and all. I didn't have a proper 20th notebook, but in my notes, I had areas that I marked. Read this at last. The things that are volatile and all. Because I am a lazy guy, basically. So I make all my whatever I have to do, I try to do minimum and score marks. So I didn't write it again, but I had my areas in my notes. Read this again. I used to keep bookmarks. Read this again last moment. And some things I have to write. Some 10 pages or something. In one notebook, I had some 10 to 15 pages in which I used to write. That may be some 2 or 3 points, but I wanted to visit it again. So if you are well and good, you are maintaining a 20th notebook, whatever you want to do it finally, it will be very nice. And the last week also, continue your GTs, weekly GTs and previous year questions. I think in Marrow and all, even for the free version, you can do custom modules. If it is okay, just try, because I have taken a Marrow plan B. I didn't follow Marrow, but I had taken a Marrow plan B so that I could get more questions. Once my question bank was over, you can do questions from other sources and all. Marrow also, they have a very good question bank. So you will be doing very well in your round 3, 4, 5, 6 and all. And finally, on the final day, so with all that preparation you have done for the next 6 months, you have you have aced your, you have done very well. You have done all your papers, all your questions. You have you have read it repeatedly, and you finally gave the exam, and you have done it very well. You can always dream, always have that manifestation. No, I have done my NEET PG. I have got my dream rank, and I'm gonna study my PG in my dream college and all. So always manifest it. And one thing I want to tell is, don't study for your course. Like, somebody might be interested in anesthesia, or you're not so a clinical person. You need a preclinical or paraclinical. So you're like, oh, last year 10,000 got that seat of my choice. So don't study for 10,000. Because if I say, there was a friend of mine, he got 600 something rank in NEET PG. He always wanted radio. He was a radio guy. I want it is more like less of the hard work, more chill life, more work-life balance. I want radio. And our examination got over in May. May 21st was our NEET PG exam. I joined my course in October 20. So there was 6 months, around 6 months after the exam till the joining of the course. So this friend of mine went for a GP at a clinic, and he started seeing patients every day. 4, 5, 10, 15 patients used to come. And finally he realized that medicine was his thing. So what you feel now may not be the thing that you actually want. You might be liking a subject based on your experiences in your college, your house agency. So after that, maybe there might be changes. So this guy never wanted medicine. He was a radio person. But finally he joined medicine, and he passed medicine with flying colors this year. So always study for the best rank 1, or top rank, whatever. If studying for rank 1 feels so overwhelming, study for first 100. That is okay. If rank 1 is too much for you, study for first 100 ranks. I used to do that. Initially, I was like, I used to pray a lot. I used to say, oh God, please give me rank 1. So I feel like, am I studying enough for rank 1? Is that, will God say, why are you like I used to feel like that. So so just give me a rank in first 100. So it feels more, you're not so much into that. Like, first 100 is okay. I can get my dream rank, first 100. So always dream, manifest for that, your dream rank. So that's it. I think all of you can do well. And consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. How well you do it every day. If one day is you didn't do well, like make it up for the next day. So basically it's consistency. How you deal with your next 6 months is going to decide where you are 6 months later. So I wish you all the best. I hope it was not boring, right? So basically I told you, this is the first time I'm doing this. I was not sure. So anyway, I can initially congratulate you all for how well you're doing now in your preparation, and I want you all to do well for continue this journey, and for this next 6 months, if you work hard and work smart, you will have your dream PG. So congratulations. Thank you.